a look at the markets to see what is potentially happening. So obviously we've just been going down and crypto has been a little bit boring, but the boring time is the best time to get into it. I've been a little bit busy, that's why I've been away. But we're getting back into it while it's still busy. So if you are new here, I combine crypto with astrology to get a deeper knowing of what is going on in the markets. My name is Kelita Sahliah. If you are new, if you are not, then welcome, if that makes sense. But we're going to first start by getting into the astrology to see what could potentially be happening. So we're in May, beautiful, beautiful May. It's been my solar return, so I've been celebrating. But anyway, we are the 24th now. So the way I'm going to do these videos are going to be different. I used to do them every cycle, but balancing everything is just not going to work. We are focusing only on the moon phases because that's what I like to bring into the crypto markets anyway. So you'll see me on the half moons and we'll talk about what's happening on the full moon and the new moon as well. So we recently went from our new moon. So for those who are new, when it's a new moon, price likes to find its resistance level, and it pretty much did that. So in essence, price can be pulled up to it and then it can have a rejection down. Yes, and then when it's the full moon, price likes to find its support. So prior to that, it can go down to find its support, but then it can on some occasions bounce off it. So that's how we kind of look at it. The market has been flat, like in a range. So we'll see if there's going to be any big movements. We've got a blue moon coming up in Ophiuchus and Scorpio. So what is this telling me? That's very ethereal and water. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not saying massive moves, but like more momentum than what has been happening. So that's pretty much it for the moons. We're looking at support. So we're going to see where the market will find its support. It could potentially go down or go up. So just not go up. It could potentially go down, or it's found its support where it is and it can project upwards. Now, we know we are in a downward trend, and I swear, since 2022, people, if my Facebook was up, I'd show you, maybe in the next video, I called the top of the market in 2022, saying, because of how the astrology is going, the market's going to top out in 2025, and it did happen. But I'll also be honest, I was blindsided in the midst of it. I'm like, oh, it's not done yet. It's got more to go. But no, this is why we take a deep breath and we're like, okay, astrology is not bullshitting. So I am going to do an in-depth view of how it could potentially go over the next few years when I deep the astrology too. So that's going to be a whole separate video. But anyway, just looking at the bit of the sea of the coin, it doesn't really look like we've finished going down. I'll be completely honest. From this alone, we are in kind of like a wedge space, but we've created higher lows. This is the W time frame, so we're looking out on a wider lens right now. So as you can see, look left to see what's going right. This was clearly a support where we bounced off and continued. We are kind of sat there right now. So what we want to pay attention to, I'm going to put my drawings on in a moment, but what we want to pay attention to is, are we going to hold this little tiny bit of support, or are we going to push down further and make another leg down? People are saying oh, Bitcoin's going to reach 50K, etc., etc. And depending how it literally holds here, it could be a possibility. And to be quite honest with you, that also looks healthy, because as you can see, look left to know what's right. The 50K region is here. So that's obviously this support, and then look further left, it was a resistance level. This zone had something about it. Even here we had some structure before breaking through, and so on. So that is a possibility, because I'll also be honest, this doesn't look finished. And I'm wondering, like, we had a drop down, kind of went up and down again, staggered, had a drop down. Obviously, it's not always the same, but it often rhymes. I'm wondering if we're in like this leg of the market right now. So if we're here, we could be floating, very flat, but ultimately we're staggering a bit down before it picks back up again and moves on. Keep in mind, this is the W time frame, so this took a long time to do this. No, I'm not going to press that because the drawings are going to come on. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. I don't know whether we're in this little bit, like getting ready to do this, or we're probably getting ready to do this and go a little bit lower to that 50k zone. But why I'm kind of entertaining that, like, I don't know if it's to hit 50k. I just don't feel it will be there for too long. I don't know. We'll see. It's a healthy psychological level, to be completely honest with you. And let's be real, Bitcoin at 50k. Okay then. Okay then. So I'm going to put on my drawings, because it looks a little messy, but I have kept it on so you can see I've been doing this for time. It's the same chart. I was mapping out this cup and handle pattern. I put this parallel channel before we broke out of it, and so on and so on, and it's respected it quite well. As you can see, it came back, retested it back up, blah blah blah. And when we were like here-ish, I was like, oh, we're most likely going to hit this and then potentially bounce back out of it. Now, it is doing what I drew, because, yeah, we were hovering here, and I was like, oh, I'm seeing we probably come down, hit the top of this parallel channel, and then, make whatever, and then potentially go on up. I feel this drawing is accurate, but also it needs to be extended, and this dip might go into the bottom of the parallel channel. Because if we are really in a like bear season, bear market again, as you can see, we were nicely in this parallel channel. All we did was trade inside of it back here. Once we had bottomed out, we were just trading inside of it. And I'm wondering, is this what Bitcoin might do again? Reaching the bottom of the parallel channel, trading inside of it, literally just creating steps before breaking through. Could we be seeing that, but maybe on a larger scale? Like, it just looks bigger, if you know what I mean. So I'm wondering if that will be the case. We just come down into it, get close to that 50k. Yeah, get close. Like, we could tap it 50k, but I think if anything, it might be more of a wick. And we're most likely going to trade within this parallel channel while it builds up some form of momentum and then breaks out and continues to the upside. So that's the W time frame. We're just going to take a look at the daily. So the daily. Looking at the RSI and the MACD. The MACD is, obviously it's in red, but it's turn into pink. So it's definitely wants to finish off its downward momentum soon. Keep in mind the moons are coming in. RSI, of course, there's a potential to get rejected and go lower. Or is this the low on the daily it's doing for now? Are we just going to hover and still be squished, basically? This is also that zone I was talking about, in terms of if we break below that, then we're under the support of what happened previously, and we're more likely to go down. So in essence, you want to keep an eye on, are we going to break below 73k? If we do, we're going lower. But if we get and close above 83k, then maybe we're not, Let's throw on the moon so I can show you, because I know I'm there. I mentioned the calendar, and some people, especially if you're new, you might be like, moons? So yeah, we're just in this tighter range. And again, if you are new, you'd see When we had a new moon, price was pulled up, rejected, confirmation burp, pushed right back down again. We do have some flat times, but as you can see again, support, resistance, support, resistance. So it's all there, the moons, the moons, the moons. So what I'm kind of anticipating as on the 31st, the moon symbol will show up. But keep in mind, again, for those who are new, we're here now. Moon phases kick in 5 days before and 5 days after. So we're in that moon phase period for essentially 10 days. So where are we from there? Uno, no, yeah, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. From after bank holiday, so from Tuesday, we're in this phase of price finding its support. Usually, I don't say usually, it depends when it finds its official support, but it's open up until then. And then uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, up until the 5th of June. So leading into June, we will be in this new moon, full moon energy, of price finding its support zone. So my question is, will we just get a support here? You know, are we going to hold this? It's a strong line, but I don't think it's that strong. Scorpio and Ophiuchus is like death and transmutation. Scorpio is based on like underworld type shit. So I wouldn't be surprised, it being a water element as well, about transformation, dying. It's kind of also telling me blue moon, especially because we've had 2 moons in May, 2 full moons. That's why it's a blue moon. It wouldn't surprise me if, because like look at it, it's just showing it's weak. It's showing it's weak. Even the RSI hasn't been moving bullish on the daily. You can tell because it's just like there. It's bearish when it's like oversold. When it doesn't get tap above the overbought region, we're still in bear mode. So because it's just looking weak, this doesn't look like a finished structure. It really seems as if we'll come down and break below this. But will it be a proper deep one where it's like, damn, we're going all the way down? Might take a few days, but all the way down to touch this. Are we ready for that now? Or are we going to linger around before dropping in? But I do feel it's likely we will get lower than what we have done here at some point. And I feel it will be healthy if we trade along the bottom of this parallel channel. Yeah. And we'll see how the market goes in terms of, is it going to reach 50? If it does, will it tap it longer or stay there for longer? Will it just be a wick? Or we will see, because sometimes the market makers like to trick people, because this sits at 60k, the bottom of the parallel channel, or you know, just below 60k. So could we reach the 60s and people expecting it to go lower and then it doesn't? Because 60 is still good, I'll be honest. Let's just put on some moving averages. It's not going to be a long video. Oh, keep in mind the calendar is available on Etsy and the TikTok shop. Digital and physical copies available. So just looking at the SMAs or the EMAs. Yeah, it's like we're underneath the 200. We're underneath the 200. We are over the 50 or 55, but we're underneath the 8 as well. And what could happen is the 50 could cross over the 8, giving it more momentum to push it downwards, whilst like the 200 is above it. And if you look at it, the 200 will like do something like this. It will move. Let's just get a pen. Is this the pen? The 200, it could just move something like this because it's more slower. It's showing in white, but it could do that and then slowly start to bend. So as it's kind of doing that, price is just stuck trading under here. And then what happens is the red and the white, the 8 and the 55 will just kind of move about more and then eventually cross over it nicely and everything evens out. That's kind of what I'm seeing potentially happening. But it's looking weak and hunk. I'm not gonna lie, it's looking weak and hunk. I just want to see this on the W time frame. Let's get rid of the moons now because this just looks like a disease. Okay, W time frame, as you can see, we are clearly underneath the 55. Confirmation, but that was a big one, but we are above the 8 and the 200. So interesting. There is a possibility to get that little bounce. Though on the smaller time frames it's looking weaker in all honesty. So yeah, let's switch to the EMAs now and close that one off. Oh, this is looking ugly. Okay, this is looking hideous, to be honest. Yeah, we're going down. We're going down, down, down. We're underneath all of them. It will just push it down. Push it down nicely. We're going to take a look. I've not looked at this in a while. Let's just check the W time frame. Sorry if this seems messy. Okay, it's kind of squishing together. Got a bit more room on that. Well, it's separated. I feel we're looking at like a condensation. Not condensation, condension. That's probably not the right word, but yeah, this one. These are the luminaries and we're underneath them all. Shit, damn. Yeah. We're underneath them all. Just look again. These are the luminaries. So Saturn, Uranus, Mercury, all of that. 6 of them are in there. Oh, what am I doing? Get rid of that. I keep drawing it. I need to unpress the pen. That's why. My bad. There we go. Just look how it rides it. Oh, gosh. Sorry, guys. So look how it rides it anyway, and it's underneath it. So when we were up on our run, it was underneath it beautifully. Look as well. Above it, before it got into this parallel channel, it was above it. It's above it now. And then when Bitcoin was trading inside of that parallel channel, the luminaries crossed through like a beautiful wave, and it supported it so nicely. It's just underneath it. Now we're above it, so we're definitely in the downward territories where we will be entertaining these zones. Like, we definitely will. And especially if we do come down, these will of course cross over. Yeah, they'll cross over, because what we want in an upward momentum, we want the colors to be where they are. I can't remember all the names of them, like Uranus. I think Uranus is at the bottom, and I think Saturn is the darkest purple, it needs to be at the top. So for upward momentum, we want that. But of course, it's going to cross now. Uranus is going to be at the top and Saturn is going to be at the bottom. So yeah, it's accumulation phase. It's sale, homies. It's sale, senoritas. And just looking again on the smaller time frames, 4 hourly, higher lows being formed. So we're ready to just make another leg down. It just doesn't seem strong enough right now. Again, throughout the RSI, we've just been quite low. And even down, last one, and we'll take a quick look on XRP and then close. Again, underneath these moving, the luminary moving averages, higher lows being formed. It seems like it was a break, and we're doing a retest now. Could we get rejected off of this zone and then push further down. That's what it's seeming like, to be completely honest. So let's just take a quick look at XRPizzy in the hizzy, and then we'll close. Daily XRP. Oh, what am I doing? No, we're starting the W time frame. Again, Mama's been doing this for a long time. And I don't know, just looking at this, because the parallel channel's here, I'm going to remove the drawings in a bit. But I don't know if we'll copy Bitcoin in that sense and just trade back in that parallel channel. Like get so low or so close to where we traded from. But that means going to like 64 cents. You know what? Yes, please. Yes, please, because just why the heck not? Why not? You might as well just go to 64 cents. Bargain, I'm telling you. But again, depending how we hold this, I'm not going to entertain that. If there's a clear break, then I'll be like, yeah, we might be doing what Bitcoin in terms of trading in that parallel channel. Because just look, XRP is a bit more flat. It's a bit more flat, like it literally just flat, 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 and then like dog jumps or kangaroo jumps or whatever. So I'm just wondering, would it be a case of, is this our flat, 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 flat? Will we literally just trade like this boring ass time? Will we trade like that? How long was that for? 2025, 20, that was a long time. That was a very long time. But will we just trade like that in this zone? Or are we going to come down lower and entertain that 60 just above to probably 80 cents region? I don't know. But one thing I will say, wicks are often telling, because this wick went so low, we might not go lower than this wick. So $1, which makes sense psychologically. So again, just like Bitcoin potentially hitting 50k, we could be entertaining much closer to that dollar region, or just about. And again, even perfecto, absolutely fine, no problem, no problem. So yeah, putting back all on this mess, this is kind of what I'm seeing. No, let's remove the mess one more time. Let's look at it like this. But XRP is quite clean, to be honest. It's just chop, chop, chop. Like a nice accumulation phase. But up. This was obviously not how it was meant to go. This wasn't proper. This was new. This was a fake thing because it was just dealing with the SEC. And then this was a proper thing that it done. And it was an amazing run. But yeah, I am seeing... It's at a good support zone to kind of just hover here and maybe retest these highs. Yeah, which is the bottom of this wick, retesting these resistance zones. As you can see, it was something as we broke through, came back, went around that area and then bounced off and then broke below it. We tapped it here and then just kind of went down and then we sprung all the way up. So that's kind of like the long view I'm seeing. Of course, if Bitcoin goes down, this is going to as well. It's still the same moon phases. Confirmation burp. It's still the same moon phases, as I will show you. If it wants to go on. Nope, you don't want to go on. Okay, so oh no, it's because I've hidden I've hidden it. My bad. So the moon phases are on. And again, just like Bitcoin, we're just trapped inside this. So are we just going to get a nice other one here? Or will this blue moon, will it just pull us lower? Not to that point, but pull us lower, closer to the dollar zone, closer to this long ass wick. Fascinating. fascinating to find its new support. But it's holding this well. So I'm wondering, could we literally just, we might trade like this in this sideways thing for a while until it's ready to move off again. That's a possibility. This is me just doing analysis live, by the way. Like, it's not pre-planned or anything. I'm looking at it same as you. But just look at this when it's in that zone. It's just resistance, support, resistance, support. So I'm like, are we going to get this long trail for a moment? And I feel that's a bit more, I don't know. Oh, no, don't leave. Don't do that.